Today we're watching a video about a man who's addicted to beans. Dane.
Yeah.
He's not the one addicted to beans. But how do you feel about beans? How do you feel about beans?
Well, I love beans personally. Pintos are my favorite, but I heard they're good for your heart. And that the more you eat, well, you know how it goes.
The more you like and subscribe to this channel for more great content like that. Woo! One day Mary will have a chair. But not until we get to at least, what number are we at now? 5 million?
Yep.
I definitely won't move the goalpost later. We'll for sure get her a chair at 5 million. I already got chairs picked out. All right, man addicted to beans. Let's see.
Barry Kirk, baked bean collector, abandoned his true identity for an
All right. This man right here abandoned his true identity for beans. It says down here, Heinz beans. But that don't look like Heinz to me.
That don't, no, I mean.
That's them Branstons.
Now, Heinz is everywhere else on his shelf, but that big freaking can right there. God.
I walked into the store, I was like, I need this display, please. I'll buy it. And then the Heinz baked beans. Is green their color?
Is it?
It seems kind of.
I thought they were red.
It seems kind of gross. Yeah, I don't know why green and beans feels nasty.
You don't like green beans?
My God, he's transformed into Captain Beanie, the big bean superhero. Him and his trusty bong and his butt plug over here.
Wow.
Are here to use the power of beans to stop all kind of non-beanie criminal activity.
Captain Beanie, let's go. I didn't know what we were in store for today, but I'm about it.
I love that transformation sequence too. Just
Yeah.
It's very important. You can't attack the superhero while they're transforming.
That's true.
It's against the rules.
Captain Beanie from planet Venus, and that's Venus with a...
Okay.
Okay. Planet Venus. Venus,
Yeah.
Right. How do you think he fights bad guys? You think he just like farts all over them, you know?
Yeah, right out of his penis.
Or maybe he just uses his super bean strength, the protein and the fiber to like grab the bad guys and rip their heads off for whatever beans do.
I feel like he's not even as strong as like Popeye. I don't know though.
Look at that make of that airbrush though. He's got the one earring in too.
Yeah, man, he's got like them.
The testicles / beans on his shoulders. They go well with this Venus. It's all the rage on planet Venus.
Same with them shades. Look at them shades.
Woo, goodness.
Cyclops would be jelly.
What? You just ripped that whole can up. Did it even have a tab on it? He's
I don't know.
grab it.
It's that super bean strength.
Just Heinz stickers everywhere. Beans of Heinz. Cans of beans. Can't even talk. Blah, blah, blah.
A few years earlier, the man formerly known as Barry Kirk decided to surrender his identity, all for his beloved baked beans.
He even eats like he's not from this planet.
I know. Surprised they didn't do like old Mork from Mork and Mindy. You know, he used the finger.
I don't even know about that. What is that?
You don't remember that? Oh, old Nick at Night show.
Does he eat with his hands?
Yeah, he would drink with his finger. He just nanu. My OGs, they remember that.
They remember?
Yeah, they know.
I do remember an old show. It was like Real Sea Monkeys or something like that. They would drink milk or something with their fingers and then squirt it out of their little head udders.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was an odd show for sure.
I'm no longer going to be Barry Kirk. I'm going to be Captain Beanie. And any relevant utility bill that comes to the door is got C. Beanie Esquire.
Had his name legally changed.
Wow. Dropped his mail in
The mail.
his can of beans.
We got his blown up bean chair. Walker's. Another brand.
Is that Lay's?
Walker's?
Is that the same?
Oh, it looks like the Lay's. Yeah. Maybe they've rebranded. They used to be named as Walkers, and they got tired of walking, so they laid. Yeah.
Captain Beanie was created at a charity event.
Someone holds the world record for laying in a bath of custard for 50 hours, but I just wanted around the magic number of 100 hours.
What's he saying?
I have no clue.
What is
I haven't heard one thing.
Let me turn on the captions here. All right, hold up a second. He did a charity, and this is where Captain Beanie was born.
Someone holds the world record for laying in a bath of custard for 50 hours, but I just wanted around the magic number of 100 hours. So I took it on in September 1986 for Barry Kirk to lay in a bath of baked beans.
My God, it's like it's like an 80s movie like backstory.
Yeah.
He says something about laying in custard, but these are beans. And he laid in a bath of beans for 100 hours, and he became Captain Beanie.
Captain Beanie.
This is all his hair fell out.
Yeah.
He just,
Yeah, too much tomato sauce.
it's acidic. You gotta watch out. You know, they say you gotta drink your soup, drink your chicken noodle soup, and you got a sore throat. But then you're like, I got tomato soup, I'll drink that. Mistake.
Really?
Burns. Burns.
I'm very proud to say that I've raised in excess of about £250,000 during the past 25 years.
All right, so he got an interesting story there. £250,000 and during the past 25 years, not at that event specifically.
Right.
Not when he set the world record for sitting in a bath of beans
Bean
for
bath.
100 hours. That sounds like a Mr. Beast video right there.
Really? Yeah.
How long could you sit in this bean bath for $100,000?
He'd just add 10 other people in there and then, make it a thing.
Yeah, right. All in one bath. Who's the last to leave the baked bean bath? So, he still raised a lot of money over the last 25 years. I mean, it's less money than I've raised in the last 10 years, but, I've also transformed into CinnamonToastKen, defender of, who do I defend? The women on 9 Day Fiancé from Creepy Guys. Anyone who Big Ed may come after. I'll put a stop to him.
Captain Beanie has discovered that collecting baked beans and dressing as a 5'6" orange superhero isn't.
My God, it's all making sense now. He's only 5'6".
Oh. Yeah.
He thought beans would make him grow taller.
Right. Should have went with the spinach. I'm telling you, Popeye's at least 6 foot.
That's true. And
Yeah.
in those forearms, whoo.
Oh, man.
Collecting baked beans and dressing as a 5'6" orange superhero isn't every girl's cup of tea.
I'm just gonna venture a guess, Dane, that Captain Beanie from planet Venus isn't very interested in what the ladies think of him.
Of course, everyone knows the the Beanieites, the Venuses. Are the really the only ones he's concerned about? You know.
I don't know, Dane. Now that I think about it, he may be interested in the lady's bean, if you know what I mean. Oh! Captain Bean's there he's trying to flick that bean.
He's just trying to get flicked.
Always been single. Someone once said to me, why do you settle down, get married, couple of kids, that kind of thing.
He's always been single. Setting the world record? The world record for sitting in a bath of baked beans didn't do it for him?
How does that not work?
It's because he's only 5'6", Dane.
It's hard to tell that though when you're in a bath of beans.
He stood up and then they went, wait a minute.
Are you from Venus?
But the trick is, though, like, he doesn't know the trick, Dane. The trick is that short girls don't actually know how tall 6 foot is. So you could be 5'6", and they'd be like, how tall are you? And you'd be like 6 foot, and they'll go, okay. They literally have no idea. you think that little 4'8" girl, you walk up to her and she says, I think you're about 6'1", or no, she has no clue. Yeah, but his relationship would be built off a lie. But I think that's fair for having standards that you can literally not change anything.
Bam.
I saw a tweet, like a TikTok the other day. I don't know if it was real or not, but it was like the whole like street interview, like how tall does a guy need to be, and like 6 foot or 6'4" or whatever it was. And they're like, well, the guys literally can't change that. But to be fair, and to be on the same level here's some makeup wipes. Take off your makeup and let's see what you look like without makeup. And they got so mad.
Oh, wow.
They're like, you are so disgusting. Short kings out there, you got to give them some love. But also in those street interviews, it's the same interviews where like, how much does your dude need? Like, how much does your boyfriend need to make? And they're like, 7 figures a year minimum.
Right. Yeah.
Which those are like, they got to be like 100%, all of them fake, right? It's they get some of their friends to come on and say something dumb so they can put them on blast and get clicks. But either way, I saw it and this made me think of it. Just your Captain Beanie, just tell them that you're 6'8".
Bam.
They won't know the difference or care because you're dressed as Captain Beanie from Planet Venus. So already, I can't believe he's single.
I can't either.
I'll go get a couple of comments. Oh my God, I can't believe you tell men to lie. I don't care. I'm not part of your relationship. You guys figure that out. I literally have no horse in this race. Whatever.
There might become a time when I might have to put the cape back in its wardrobe and become a normal human being.
And if opening the world's one and only baked...
There's an alien right there. That's his next door neighbor. Look at him.
Oh, yeah.
I think Captain Beanie's got a thing of himself, by the way, on the wall.
Yeah. Also, I noticed him checking himself out a little bit. I don't know if you saw that, but
maybe we're getting deeper into why he's been single his entire life. Maybe he's just a little too self-absorbed. Maybe.
Can't help it.
Some people find that attractive, like, ooh, he's so confident, and they get to know more, and it's literally, no, he only cares about himself, and they go, ooh. But he's got another blow-up chair over here with no beams on it.
Right,
It could be that. That could be why he's single, is because all of his furniture is just, like, inflatable, like both of these chairs.
It's gotta be comfy though, right?
No. It's just hot and sweaty. It's like over there trying Netflix and chill, and it's just like, it's like, oh, sorry, those are the beans.
Sorry, the beans.
Dressing as a superhero and changing your name by deed poll wasn't enough. The man formerly known as Barry Kirk is making another grand statement for his culinary collection.
I didn't know what he's saying during all that. Like, he's like very animated while he's eating that.
Beans! Delicious!
Those pecs are huge.
Man.
That's where he keeps all his bean power at.
A big day in Captain Beanie's lifestyle. You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna have a tattoo. Guess what? Of his girlfriend, hopefully in the future. Tina Bean.
Tina Beans.
He's gonna get a tattoo of hopefully his girlfriend in the future.
Tin O Beans or Tina Beans?
I'm just stuck on how he talks about himself in the third person still.
Yeah.
Imagine if I had like the whole channel, I just talk like that. Like, today, CinnamonToastKen is going to talk about, I'm like a wrestler. But
Yeah,
I know. All right, brother. Today, CinnamonToastKen and the one and only legendary The Buff Pro are going to talk about a man who is obsessed with beans. And the one thing that CinnamonToastKen always says, brother, ooh, stay toasty.
Captain Beanie is getting a tattoo of a female baked bean to accompany his other tattoo of a male baked bean.
What do you think? What do you think the major difference between a female and a male baked bean? Think it's their penis?
Yes, one has a penis.
The male baked beans are from Planet Venus, and the females are from Mercury.
When you are babes, bring it on.
Oh, he's so nervous. He's just gonna make that noise the entire time. Ha ha ha. He's in character right now. All right, so it looks like the male baked bean is farting.
I think that he's bonkers. But I think he does a lot for charity, which is great.
Yeah, that's how charity. That's exactly right. You do a bunch of weird stuff in your life, and then you're like, "But I do charity." And everybody goes, "Oh,
Nice.
oh yes,
Good.
Captain Beanie, good for you." He's like, "I've raised almost $250,000 for charity. No proof of that, but take my word for it."
As Captain Beanie, I think I will go down as the living legend that he is. It's my legacy.
He'll go down as a living legend. I mean, your legacy could have been sitting in a bath of beans. You know, that would have been
Could have
like
left it there.
that would have been something that's actually like quirky but still kind of cool. But Captain Beanie, I mean, like, what do you like go to schools? Like, I'm Captain Beanie here to talk about the healthiness of beans.
Pretty sure that's when they start learning how to bully.
And it's him. They're like beating him up in the playground. Oh,
my penis!
watch the penis. There's like arms laying on the ground. The one kid's about to stomp on his tattoo, and he's like, "No, my girlfriend, Tina Bean."
I'm full of beans, I'm telling you now. This is absolutely bean-tastic, Joe. I got vision.
Bean-tastic. Look at that. What does she have there? Is that like a baby bean? Is that her child?
I don't know.
What is she? Is that her heart? Is she like a murderer and Captain Beanie needs to stop her from ripping the hearts out of people? Or is that literally just a bean fetus?
I'm not sure.
But those calves, though.
Does the male bean? Does he have a diaper on?
Maybe he's just
He's just happy to see her.
he's just nude, you know. He's,
I mean,
you know, you would think that that's his leg right there, Dane, but you'd be wrong. That might be his penis.
that's what I'm thinking. Okay.
You know, his tattoos is giving me a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I don't want the answers to them.
I don't think I do either.
Yeah, gosh.
You got a boxing glove on?
He's going, sure. That uppercut.
Visions of having my own coffin shaped like a baked bean can with my name on it. Been there, done that.
How about put me in a coffin right then?
Yeah.
I do appreciate a good dad joke, but good God.
I want to see the can. I want to see if it's Heinz or if it's the other brand.
Right. Which one? Which you could be buried in? People out in this apartment are just looking out there like, oh my God, there's that freaking, there goes Barry again. I mean, Captain Beanie.
He's got his utility belt too. Look at him.
What you think? You think you got like a can of beans in there?
Let's say a can opener at least.
He's gonna open a can on somebody.
As Captain Beanie contemplates the end of his existence, life is being breathed into Alex.
Jesus, what a segue. There's like a bunch of different people in this show they talk about. That's the only part of Captain Beanie. He's contemplating his existence.
The end of his existence. Wow.
But anyway, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed Captain Beanie from Planet Venus, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that cool stuff. Let us know what you think. And let me tell you something, brother. CinnamonToastKen loves you and hopes you have a happy birthday if today's your birthday. Until then, CinnamonToastKen wishes you a stay toasty, my friends. Or his friends. Bye-bye. Been there, done that.
The Venuses?